All right, good morning, everyone. How you doing today? All right, so this is Literacy's Liberation, Transforming Early Childhood with Black Joy, the presentation. I'd like to introduce everyone. Start with the April.
Good morning, everyone. My name is April Hirans. I am the Site and Mentoring Coordinator at Ready Readers, and I work very closely with Carolee to bring on sites and to support volunteers who are placed in classrooms to do research. At Ready Readers, we talk about our why we get into this work, why we stay in this work, and my why is sort of multi-level. One, I am actually an alum of UNZL. I have a degree in criminology, criminal justice, and sociology with minor in political science. Just career pressure. This. And have that too. And so, in relation to my degree, I know what happens when we don't get literacy right. I also, before this job, I was a Head Start site supervisor for 3 years, 3 fun-filled pandemic years in upstate New York. And then before that, I was North County as a day preschool teacher. I caught some 2 or 3-year-olds for 6 years. And before that, I was at Barnes & Noble, and I worked in the kids department. So during my time, certainly, especially during the pandemic, seeing as we're trying to pivot from physical to see what's online and stuff, I realized that there was just such a representational gap for our kids at Head Start, and I found that very frustrating, but an opportunity to to try to bridge that gap. So that's one of the reasons why I very much enjoy this work.
My name is Carolyn Lover. Hi, everybody. I am the volunteer coordinator at Ready Readers. I work alongside my bestie April over here. And I've been with Ready Readers for about 4 years now. Before I was at Ready Readers, I worked almost exclusively in nonprofit, specifically work that's around big literacy. My why is related to how I grew up. I grew up outside Chicago in a simple middle-class suburb, but it was a very, very racially diverse suburb. And I only attended public school as a kid, and my schools reflected the community that I lived in. And the reason I share that is because for the first 18 years of my life, those very formative years, I spent 8 hours a day in an environment where white children were not the majority, and had a wonderful, amazing experience with that. And it shaped my norms, right? So my peers in school, it was normal for my classmates to speak a different language at home, be bilingual, right? It was also normal for my peers to have parents who were not born in this country that came here at some point. And so I really believe that I am kind of a product of that environment. My parents weren't activists, like I didn't learn this in any other environment. I really believe that diversity, specifically in education, in addition to all places, is incredibly impactful for all children, and it's my job to make sure that more kids have my experience.
Hey again, I'm Keon Watkins. I am the founder and CEO of Black Media Read. We're many hats in the organization, but my main objective is creating programs and those programs. My water is being born and raised in St. Louis. Started off as a book club, but my older brother was murdered in 2022, and he was illiterate. So understanding the dynamics and how it's like to be different is ridiculous. We know how to read. That's the why. So we found like you to read with that purpose on promoting literacy in other certain communities and changing narrative descriptive for Black men and being in these spaces.
So before we start and dive in, we want to give you some contextual information about the organizations that we work for. As April and I work at Ready Readers, and Keon has created Black Men Read. Both of our organizations are literacy organizations, but there are some subtle differences in our work, and because of that, it has created some really beautiful collaborations between our two organizations, including this presentation, right? And some other ones that we're going to talk about later. But so to introduce Ready Readers, if you are not familiar, we are a literacy nonprofit founded here in St. Louis 28 years ago. We believe that the literacy is a human right, and that we believe in the joy and power of reading. We do this by serving children starting at birth, and you work up until age 6 to help improve their literacy skills. And we work exclusively throughout the St. Louis region in schools that are considered under-resourced. Now, of course, we serve all the students within our age range in